Hello and welcome to the next episode of Stellaris with me, Winslayer. In the last episode we had some um, of these empires change their ethics. I think the easiest way to see which ones is to go here and see who hates them. These guys just want to subjugate them, but these guys, they changed their ethics. Same with this one and this one. I think two of them became more spiritualist and one of them became more authoritarian, and because they're fanatical and the opposite of both this and this, they really don't like this nation, it looks like. My cat is already at the door trying to say hello. I want to come in. I want to be a part of the show. Okay, come on. Is there nothing better going on out there? It's boring. It's better in here. Look at all the little empires fighting. Not quite fighting, but rivaling each other and creating federations. Eventually they're bound to go to war with this nation. Somebody's gonna have to declare, and it's probably this nation right here. The Reformed Crusaders, which have quite a few friends, not a lot of enemies. There's some people who just have like a lot of border friction and have created claims, so I think there will be some wars. But overall, they look pretty friendly. Should have made everybody more xenophobic, right? Would have made for a more interesting campaign. As always, more leader lifespan. Who knows, you might live longer than you originally thought. Go science. Now, everybody hates this nation. They're not going to be able to make a lot of friends. That's right, they're friends with the Darkins. And my cat's already bored with me. That makes sense. I'm not paying her any attention. I should have been, I could have been. There's not a lot going on in the game. But I do want to click around a little bit at the beginning, so that people can see who's doing what with who. In case you didn't see the last episode, or if you skipped it, maybe it was too slow at the beginning, I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a couple things like that. Oh, in case you're wondering, when it's this color, it means it's defensive pact. When it's this color, it's non-aggression. So these guys just declared a Slavers Guild. That's these guys. They just declared them rivals. It's going to cause some friction here. Claims. The claims are forming. They got a defensive pact with them. They got a defensive pact with them. Once they join federations, those claims will still be around. Rivalries won't entirely go away. Although they may give up their claims. I don't know if the AI does that. That'd be kind of cool if they did, because I think you can give up your claims. Yeah, they're just rivaling back the other nation. I think the ones that changed their ethics did so because they're like in pretty relatively safe situations. Like this nation, this nation, this nation don't have a lot of enemies near them. Friendly. Friends. And the other one was this one, I think. I forget who the last one was. It was that one. They got less friends than other people. But it's not too bad. I wonder if every free system will be occupied in the in this episode. I think it will. Oh wait, war. War. The first war. Oh, yes. And it happened early in this episode. Oh yay. The outcasts and the Knights of Night go to war. This is so exciting. I didn't even think they would go to war. I'm writing this down so that I don't forget. And it's outcasts versus Knights of Night. That's up here. They didn't have a lot of friends, these guys, so... They got multiple people fighting them, and they got one ally. So it's, what are we talking about? I know this is one of the nations. You're at war with these two, and they're at war with these two. The outcasts and these guys might be able to take some territory, and since they don't have friends, if they win, they're gonna probably get in some other wars, and if they lose their fleet power, they'll probably lose this. This is when I wish I had a vision on everything. 39k right there. 31. I do have a fair bit of vision given the fact that I have stuff like here. You're gonna need to be a listening post for reasons. So they've already gotten into this system and started causing damage, and they're probably gonna bring their stuff over to try and respond to that giant fleet. I think it makes sense to do this like this. I think they're gonna win. The outcasts, they lost their territory to the Horde, and now they have a non-aggression pact with them. Ooh. They joined a federation. The Loyalist League is a new one. It's a new federation. But they have a lot of friends, don't they? There's some enemies on the border, but they might... I think this is a federation as well, isn't it? They should have tried to join the other one. There's some friends right here. These guys could probably get them in their federation if they act quick enough. Anyways, back to the action. It's not that one we want. It's this one. 31 there. I don't know if I can see the fleets from here or here. I can only really see what's going on near here. Apparently I can hang out here, but I can't leave that system. Could try and go there. The Rixian Knights have quite a bit, and now these guys are going to have to try and respond to that, and then potentially this other fleet that comes in at the same time. I don't know where their fleet is, the Shard of Dignity. I hope they engage around these systems, because then I can actually watch the fights. How adorable. 30k fleets. That's what they got. What do I have here? 90 plus 90. 180. 280. 350. I got a psychic avatar. A nice free fleet. So cool. I could probably afford to build up my fleet strength like another, I don't know, a little bit. I have a lot of battleships here. Probably more corvettes and battleships would be good. Yeah, I didn't think there was a shipyard there. There's that one. And this one. So I don't have a shipyard in my main territory. But yeah, I want to zoom in on this action because it's their first war since I released the galaxy. Been waiting for this for, what was it, 30 years or something like that? They've got 31 here. It's going to have to face off against this 38 or 40 very, very soon. Kind of want to zoom on those, make sure I'm watching this fleet. But yeah, my fleets are way stronger. I wonder if they're gonna start fielding anything stronger than these battleships and whatnot. Looks like they have the tech that I have too, like all of this. I should probably go for psychic shield soon, but I don't want my enemies to pick that up off of me. I'm gonna wait on that. So this is gonna be like very soon, right? Look, 40. Flying into that next system very soon. And then they're gonna have to face off against 31. It's gonna be in their territory though, so they got that going for them. I wonder who's stronger in terms of like this stuff. Bet I could figure it out just looking at what they have, but we got this one in the war. this one in the war. This guy's in the war. So yeah, the strongest one out of those three was this one, then it was, I think, this one, and then this one, and I didn't see them in the list, but they're probably all pretty strong, all pretty close in strength. Here he goes. I wonder if they'll engage right away. They're fighting. Looks like they have more hull strength, but they've got weaker stuff. 5 battleships, 5 cruisers. 4 battleships, 4 cruisers. This one's better suited for fighting fleets, I think. Maybe. Actually, I'm not so sure about that. If they'd had more, maybe. But they're gonna win this battle. It's the next one they gotta be worried about when this guy comes in. If he's fast enough, which he may not be. The first big battle has begun. They're taking the fight. So this space belongs to this fleet. That makes sense. They're doing better in their own space. They seem to be losing quite a bit of hull here, but they are winning the overall battle. Wow, look at that. This fleet did a lot better in the long run. I think it's because they had more corvettes. Starbase right here seems to be helping out a good amount too. I didn't take that into account, that they got this big star base helping them out. So yeah, that starbase really helped out the Rixian Templars, which probably means they're gonna win this war against the Outcasts and the Shard of Dignity, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, we'll see, right? Let's watch it closely. That was a significant battle. These guys are, what, reclaiming their territory? Oh, they're losing stuff down here to the... Oh, so they may have to fight on multiple fronts. I can't see this, but there's stuff down here that's, that they're losing to these guys, which I think were the most powerful. If they've got like 50k over there, then this could be a pretty interesting war still. Should I upgrade? Should I keep them the way they are? Oh wow, yeah, I got a... What is this? Is that an old type of thing that I have forgotten to upgrade? But there's things in here that need upgrades. No? Yep, that needs upgraded. That needs to be upgraded. Let's auto-complete the upgrades here. Somehow I didn't do that earlier. Whoops. It apparently hasn't been an issue though, so that's cool. created those when I had to fight off the Scourge. These are probably better than all of those, but I'm not too bothered. I'm not going to change it around. It's probably good to have a little bit of different types of stuff in the fleet. Let's make the homeworld our new shipyard. Used to have one a long time ago. Yes, it cannot upgrade. So it looks like missiles are a little bit in on my nation. I definitely took some missile research because I wanted the queen to be a little bit more useful. She's not that useful. Like, compare her 27k to the next closest thing, which is probably that 90k with just 20 more. Yeah, it's way weaker, but I still like the queen. She's cool. I've really enjoyed all the different events I've had, from the queen to the psychic avatar to getting a chosen one who then spawned a cult that changed my civics, because originally I started this off as life-seeded agrarians. This campaign I was on a size 25 world just as like farmers, just being peaceful and nice to everybody, and then the Scourge spawned. Actually, no, first the Khan spawned in up here, displaced a couple people. The Zappalots. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. And then I destroyed them, and I was declared war on by my old allies, people who were also spiritualist. After that, the Scourge spawned in down here, wiped out an entire nation before I could get access to them. I think they were like inwardly perfectionist. And then after I defeated the Scourge, Crusaders, Fallen Empire declared war on me. Some other people declared war on me, and my allies did nothing. They just sat back, did nothing. And yeah, I decided after he was elected our leader, and our immortal leader, he's never gonna die, that we'd go on a bit of a war path, but for the good of the galaxy. Oh, and yeah, somebody in chat wants to see the difference between my missiles and regular missiles. I think they're just like better missiles. Like, if I compared them to, oh, I didn't research the regular missiles, but I think they're just really good. I could probably Google that or something really quickly. If this war gets like really tame, I might do that. But so far, oh look, they reclaimed these systems. I wonder if the other people brought their fleets back. So yeah, that's cool. They must have them, or they're trying to respond to this threat down here, because it's probably getting pretty out of hand. The defenders, which are who again? It's hard to tell. These guys are fighting a defensive war while they're fighting an offensive war. So these guys are the defenders, the knights. They're defending against these guys, and they're winning, losing. What was it again? They're winning. So these two are winning against these guys because probably of this engagement over here. But they got a lot that they got to take care of down here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between the Scourge missiles and regular missiles, but I can ask Google really quickly. I'm pretty sure they're just like, they're really good against like point defense. That's what I could see at a glance because there's a lot of them. Like let's go look at this stuff. And just compare it to some of the other ones. Cooldown's 5, which I have to imagine is pretty quick. It's good against shields, armor penetration, hull damage, which I imagine the other ones aren't. They probably have some disadvantages against some things. They go through shields, don't they? Yeah, they've got even more modifiers. They've got a bonus to hull damage, which these don't. But maybe other missiles do. This does do hull damage, but not shield penetration. So it's like a mix of all of the range, maybe. The cooldown is 5 here. The cooldown is quite a bit more on this, so it's, yeah, it's like all the good things, I think, that you get from the explosive types. That's what it looks like at a glance. I like missiles. For the Queen. She demands more missile tech. I forget what you get from like the other endgame crises. Like, I think they may not have special tech like the Scourge missiles, but they probably do. They probably have like unique power systems or shields. And you know, as a Psychic Empire, I get access to that type of stuff, so having extra missiles really helps balance me out. So, in chat, we got somebody asking if I've ever tried Lightning battleships, and yeah, I have. I like them. They're pretty good. I think I remember they go either past shields or through shields very quickly, and then they just do like a lot of damage to the hull, or they just, yeah, like over time, if you got enough of them, they're really good. But you needed a lot of them. You need to be like a pretty big empire. I was just role playing with this one, just going with whatever my people had access to, and at first we went down the energy weapon route, which helped with the Scourge, but yeah. After I got the Scourge, I decided it'd be kind of cool to get some missiles to use that against my enemies, my old allies, the fools. This system's probably pretty difficult to take. I probably put a bunch of like fortresses on it or something, and now they can't get to it. Let's check on the war score. Defenders are still doing pretty good here, even though they're losing territory. They're making it hard for the enemy to take territory. It's probably a Pitheric war. They may be able to take some of it back, but I think they may actually lose some ground here. Well, I'm so happy that this happened in this episode, because the last two have just been kind of like, I've been waiting for it. Waiting for the wars. I mean, Morgath, my leader, he may be sad about it, because sure, he's warlike, but he's not at war, and he likes having Xenos around so he can trade with them. Right? Maybe we should get rid of xenophobia. I haven't decided yet. Let me know if you like that idea or not. It did help me with claims, and it might help me reclaim the universe if I ever need to. You know, I should use this influence. Go with that for now. Just so that when I do spend minerals, I can get it quickly. So I do have plans to do some multiplayer stuff later today. I'm going to play this for, I think, the next hour and a half, at least. Yeah, I got an hour and a half left in this episode, and then let's see, what time will it be? I won't have time to do another 2-hour recording, so I'll probably just take a little break before the multiplayer stuff, which will be starting I think in 3 hours. I know it's close, but it's just not enough time to do another recording. I mean, this isn't going to go up on YouTube for basically another month, so I have time. I'm just enjoying this. Enjoying commenting on this war. Look at all these ring worlds. So many ring worlds. In case you haven't seen anything before and you're wondering how much territory I have, I basically decided to hold on to all of the fallen empires homeworlds and any gateways. I wanted to make sure I had those under control, and that way the empires around me didn't have any weird borders. Their borders look pretty clean right now. I like them. I mean, they're not great, but they're definitely better than I thought they might turn out. Yes, these guys are important to me. They built a shrine to Morgath right before he became chosen. So I'm glad that they were able to expand all the way down here and grab all these worlds. They were kind of weak. Start off with a little weak start. But if I can see their homeworld, I'll try and show that. Yeah, they got a pyramid on there. They were primitives, and they got that little shrine. Yes. In chat, he just asked why we have so many ring worlds and Gaia worlds. It's because I never got rid of my Gaia world preference. We're still Gaia world people. I could get rid of that, but My people don't need to. They have no desire to leave the ring worlds or the Gaia planets. That is for Xenos, if they feel like it. I basically terraformed 90% of the planets. And my cat's back. Hi, though. I gotta close the door. I know. It's recording. It's chicken on this. Wait, they're not in the war. You guys had another engagement, it looks like. 31 here. 36. That's okay. That's from down here. So that's on one side of the war. And then on the other side, I can't see any fleets, so they may have been destroyed. They may have, like, absolutely nothing. I go in here and I go to relative power and just go to the bottom. Are they like the weakest nations out there? Oh, this is strength. I want to find the weak ones. So these guys all hate me and are weak. They're apparently weaker than the ones that are losing this war. The Templars are not doing good, but neither are they. Who else is left in this war? The Knights of Night, which I don't remember seeing them in here. Or could they be? Probably low on the list. There they are. So they're actually doing better than this nation. They're just hiding their fleets away somewhere that I can't see. 33. Maybe it's down here, fighting off these guys. It's an interesting war, to say the least. I do like the traits that I have on these guys. Talented is nice. Getting rid of weak is kind of like a interesting idea. But I just don't know how I do that. Probably have to get rid of one of my other things, like Unity output, and then maybe I could do it. No, I can't remove traits. You have to have the biological ascendancy, I think, to do that. I have to say I like Ring Worlds, but I think Gaia Worlds might be better. What's the bonus you get for Gaia Worlds? I think it's just like 10%. If it's on a Gaia World, you get an extra 10% production or something like that. Yeah, if you look in there, there's something that says plus 10% for Gaia World. So it's like being psychic. It gives me a little benefit to my production, along with all my research and everything. Whoa, kitty, stop. She just jumped on the keyboard. That's cool. You're a cool kitty. Alright. Where are your fleets? They must just be like hiding their fleets away, because they had like 30, and they probably have the mineral income to be able to build up their stuff. They're just afraid of this and this. But these guys did a good job claiming territory down here. If they've got claims on this, they'll probably take the systems. I don't know if they'll be able to take the planets. Did they take this one? I can't tell. It doesn't look like it. Only making 20 food compared to my planets. Oh, actually, that might be a more efficient way of getting food. I don't know. Let's find one where I got a food tile next to, I don't think I have any food tiles next to my thing. Let's see. It's making 15 food right there. It's not bad. If I enslaved people, I'd probably get more out of it, but I don't need to. Oh, maybe I can replace the weak trait with non-adaptive, but I don't think I can. Let's go in here. Not enough trait points. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I think I'm stuck with weak. You know, if I didn't have weak, that might help out in the long run, but if you think about it, I think I'm making enough minerals right now, and I don't even have Omniferous Acquisition on. I could get this, and I might. I'm not making any. What's going on here? I'm not sure why my production of Unity just went to 0. It's because I'm over 2 million. Well, I guess the game wanted me to spend my stuff here for you, game. Don't need extra Unity, and I don't feel like being more xenophobic. Yeah, just role-playing the role of a bit of a fallen empire. It's pretty fun. I mean, we're not really a fallen empire. We're actually watching over people, making sure they stay spiritualist, at least in some regard, and are paying respects to their the almighty Morgath, God Emperor. Brought the shroud to people. Made them all pretty much psychic. There's a couple nations that aren't psychic, but we're gonna pretend like they didn't have the potential. It would have taken 1,000 years to bring them to the shroud, and we just didn't have the patience for that. I mean, Morgath would have been alive, but he wanted his peers, the ones today, to see this, to experience this. He wanted to give the Xenos time to expand too, to live their own ways. They're insulted? What? That's not good. You guys should probably worry about these guys. Oh, there's a fleet down here causing problems, huh? That's where these guys sent their fleet. That's why I couldn't see them. It's probably similar to this in strength, maybe a little bit stronger actually. Look at them go. wonder how close the science thing is that I started last episode. I need to remember where I was gonna build the sentry thing so I can watch future wars and all the fleet movements, because it's definitely getting to that point. Is it here? Is it here? It was here. This is where I wanted to build it, right in Corinth. I don't think I can summon the end of the cycle. I think because I have a deal with a person. I have the covenant with this, that I can't do the other one. I mean, maybe. I'll take the shrouded thing as much as possible. They were just asking in chat if I'll ever summon the end of the cycle. I mean, it would be an interesting thing to do at this point. I kind of would like to do that. But, this is an Iron Man save, so I can't even use like console commands to do that. I'm stuck with the consequence of my actions. The consequences of my actions. Wow, this cat is being gross, just drooling all over me. I don't need extra unity, but extra unity means extra faction happiness, which means more influence. They get happy when you get a shroud boon. Defenders are doing better than the attackers. I mean, at least in terms of just general war exhaustion. I feel like the attackers are doing pretty good here in taking systems from the enemy. It's costing them fleets and war score or war exhaustion, but it's not a big deal. It would be cool if I summoned the end of the cycle with the territory that I have. Because not a lot would actually get eliminated, but I feel like the empires that would be left would have a little bit of trouble fighting up against it until I actually built up my survivor nation. Maybe if I ever get just bored with this and I reset the galaxy, let it get to this point, and I just, you know, don't feel like watching it go through the motions, I could try and change the fact that this is Iron Man. I mean, if I go in here, can't change it here, can I? Oh, I could. If I wanted to. I could probably change that off of Iron Man and hack the game. Do end game. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll have to write that down. Or not end game, end of the cycle, and just spawn that in. I had a piece of paper somewhere in this room where I was writing down those ideas. Here it is. Yeah. Because I could turn that back on, I think. Maybe not. Why not? Sounds like fun to me. I think that thing has to be complete by now. Yeah, we can upgrade here. And I think I will even make some corvettes. And just add a little bit to this. Destroyers aren't that good at this point in the game, but I think it's still better to have some than none. I'm not an expert when it comes to customizing your fleets. I only really created Scourge boats because I was worried about them getting out of control, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Yeah, we're definitely getting that. That's my favorite. Thank you. Almost have too much unity. So, Knights of Night. You guys gonna build up your fleet again, or you just kind of out of this? You got this little system right here, it looks like. And this one is no longer under your control, but I can't see the fleet, which means you may be able to take it back. They're moving down this direction, it looks like. This might start to go in the favor of the attackers. They just, I think, were stronger. They grabbed more territory, built up their fleets just a tiny little bit more, and that was enough. These guys have a lot of territory, it looks like, but do they have planets? That is the real question. I think these guys are going to be a interesting political powerhouse. I helped them get to where they are. They helped me get to where I am, so it seems fair. We have 7 planets, that's pretty good. They're allies with these guys, so definitely an interesting powerhouse. They were probably my most powerful ally back before I reset the universe. And they got quite a few enemies. Not a lot of friends. A defensive pact with them. Oh, another war. The attackers are now the defenders. More war. I was worried about these guys getting to be too powerful, and you know, if they take this, other people might start to feel the same way. They could take all of this territory. I'm shocked, honestly. It's gonna be a little bit of chaos in the universe now. Yay! We did it. Science Nexus. That should be an achievement for me, shouldn't it? There we go. Think tank. I haven't done that in an Iron Man save before, so Cool. Haven't really had the need to in any of my Iron Man games. Let's go with a sentry ray, please. I'd like to be able to see all the enemy fleet movements from here on out. So these guys, can I see your fleets? 23 here. This world, I forgot to terraform that one. It's like the one of the few planets with tile blockers on it. It was so close that I never took care of it. Just was sitting there, unattended. Look at all this. There's only a couple little places that haven't been settled. I couldn't have done this on my own. At least I wouldn't have wanted to. I probably could have, actually, with all the influence I'm getting here. I could be making more. I've taken off 7 just because I'm trying to promote my factions. Apparently my ruler's a pacifist, but he's also warlike. That's such a strange little, what you call it? You give me minerals for my research? Oh, it's because they got like everything I had researched. I'm glad I didn't research psychics or the psychic shields earlier. Everybody would have had it. Now they have to pursue it on their own. That means their leaders are basically gonna live, well, not as long, but almost as long as me. This is not good for the faithful protectors. I thought you were gonna be friends with these guys. If you're gonna rival them, you put these guys in an interesting position. Drama in the south, war in the north. The shaman have a fleet there. It's not that powerful. 23. It's probably a good spot to build this too. Another one would have been right there in Heze. But I think I want that to be a ring world. Make it a little bit more defendable. I never did go up there to that tomb world, did I? I almost built over to it and terraformed it, but it's just a size 13. It might have tile blockers. It probably does have tile blockers on it, to be honest. But I'm not bothered. I think my fleets did get stronger when I upgraded them. It's logical. Could have sworn that I had 120 fleet power at one point, and the queen is still there. Maybe it stops at 108 for her. I wonder what would happen if I put her in Xenon. Because this has a noise associated with it when you click on her. And when you're just in this system. Or do you have to be here? I thought it made a weird noise. I'm not hearing it right now. Whatever. Oh, research. I need to pay attention to that, don't I? Kind of feel bad. They're not in the other war. So, you only fighting this one little... Yeah. They should have had a defensive pact, but they didn't. They have an offensive ally in this war against, well, whoever they're fighting. Should probably take a white piece. The other guy's like, well, I don't want to. Too bad. Honestly, don't know how this is all going to be resolved, but I'm looking forward to it. Another war, a third war. This is almost too much to keep track of. These guys and these guys are at war? Okay. And if you're wondering why that's open, it's because I have the other end of that wormhole. Yeah. Thought about holding on to it, but I didn't in the end. My cat's back. Oh my word. This is getting old. You gotta stop kicking down the door and yelling at me. Sit. Sit. I know. You want attention. Sometimes this cat is awesome, sometimes not so awesome. Oh, cool. These guys... They have a defensive pact with their neighbor. And a lot of people like them. They don't even hate these guys. Which is interesting. So I thought some other spiritualists, they went through the same thing, but they felt differently. You're authoritarian. Yeah, you're a spiritualist. But you're authoritarian. Maybe they're xenophobic still. Nope. They're slaving despots. And they are evangelicizing zealots. So even though they have the same stuff here, they're different in that description for one reason or another. Okay, sure game. Why not? Seems fair to me. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. No, that makes sense. They're just rivaling back that person that rivaled them. So they're bringing their fleets back here to deal with their threat in the south. That means this nation has to win this war all by itself, which it can, and it probably will. I expect this war to go well for these two, and then I don't know how this war is going to go for this nation, but I expect not well. They may be able to recover, because they got a pretty sprawling empire over here. Oh, see you later. If you're still here, bye, Dozenir. Dozenatir. Okay. Back to this. That's cool. Happy to have somebody watching me here on Twitch. That's an interesting development, I think. Oh, less friends down here. Yeah, it's because they hate these guys. That is logical and almost inevitable. Yeah, that's a pretty big fleet there. So there's 3 wars that I'm aware of. I think these guys are at war. Yep. This federation against this federation, huh? It's a federation showdown. Doesn't look like they've had any massive engagements over here. What do they have? Can I even see their fleets? If I still at this station, I probably could see some of them. That's pretty weak. I'll be right back. And I'm back. My cat is now downstairs and should stay there for a while. That's the hope. Oh wow, look at that, 51. That is quite the fleet. Is that your Federation fleet right there? It's not even their Federation fleet. Are you guys the ones attacking? I think they may win. I think this Federation may grow in strength. Guess we'll find out. $23. Thought they had more. They must be sending it down here through like this path while this one's gone up this way. Let's see how these guys are doing. Lots of habitats. Wonder if that's going to be bad for them in the long run. They've got a lot of non-aggression pacts with people in the area. The isolators aren't making too many friends, living up to their names. That I'm actually kind of happy to see. These guys are just not very friendly, are they? Yeah, they're probably gonna get these guys in their federation. After winning this war, I expect them to get one of these two in their new federation. Which would make sense if they get these two. They should. The Leviathans working together with them. The Leviathans were under my control for the longest time, and these are my two allies from a long time ago. Wow, they actually made a friend down here. If there's anything left to be friends with, that might be good for them. Depends on how this stuff goes. The fights that I cannot see. Looks like they've been avoiding each other. You know, I may have had this number wrong. The defender's war exhaustion is worse, so they're losing. I realize this now. No need to comment on YouTube if you were going to. I get it. I mean, if you want to, you can still do it. Whatever. Who knows? Maybe you didn't get it through the whole episode. That's fine. If you're listening to this now, then you did, or you got to this point at least. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. I'm good at that. Seems to be a lot of non-aggression pacts, which probably means more federations or something along those lines. Reclaimers seem to be okay. Cool. Wonder where I put that. Interesting. Just left over from a long time ago, I guess. A new federation. Okay. I was kind of hoping they would join one of the existing ones, but no. The Saventi and the Glirans, they're forming a new one. What's funny is they're not friends with these guys who helped me out a long time ago. Yeah, these things. I always forget how to say it. The Havariga. They're like, we're not gonna make the same mistake and trust them. We're gonna be our own thing. No, Governor Ropadef. You will be missed. Very sad. Sure, you can be in charge. It's not too important. Mega structure upkeep, huh? More spiritualists. Where is this? You seem like you're reasonably strong. Slaving despots, huh? Over here. Don't seem to like these guys. You should go to war with them. They're in a really bad spot. Where's the fleet for the outcasts? Because they need to bring themselves back into their own territory. Sharded Dignity is going to be a lot stronger after this war, but they're going to lose. They're not actually allies with them, are they? Do you guys even have a defensive pact? Oh, they're going to get a lot out of this. The outcasts might have to work with them. Who knows? If they lose a lot of territory to the shaman. I don't know. I don't know how their future alliances will develop. It's the first time that I've seen this in Stellaris. Or anything like this in Stellaris. This has been a lot more interesting and exciting than I thought it'd be. I'm glad that I decided to do this. To record today. I was starting to get concerned that nobody's going to declare war on anyone. But they had 30 years of peace. You think about it, it's like, that's okay. It's not terrible. It's not great, but at least they had that. No. Leaders. Why? For the turn of the month, we'll just have this person be in charge. And then we'll put somebody else probably in charge of that. You know what? Have at it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll all work out in the end, I'm sure. These guys seem to be pretty strong. And they're going to be allies with their old allies too. They are allies with their old allies. That's cool. Happy to see that that friendship lasted over the reset. I used to be friends with these guys too. Kind of friends. Who else was there? I think the Outcasts used to be their friends. It's hard to say. So being cyborg just gives them like what, extra leader lifespan? Something like that. Doesn't affect the leader. I think that changed. I think that used to be different. There's their fleet. This can take care of that easily. They should. Hurry up. Go attack their fleet. Don't take star bases out. Attack their fleet. They must have had to just rest for a little bit. Also replace this leader. This leader's garbage. That's a shame for them. If they got rid of that leader, they'd be in a much better position. You know, this plus a starbase might be a bit much for them. $37 versus 27 plus that. They need to hurry up if they're going to try and do that. And if I was them, I'd probably just reclaim the space and fly into their territory. Try and take a planet off of them. That'd be a good counter, I think. It's the only counter that I can think of. Look at this. Apparently I can upgrade them again. Why do you have that? Look at this. Command it. Why do you have those? Probably disband some of these things. That work? Did. Hey, I don't know. It's not a big deal. So if I wanted to, can I jump this over to there? I can, so that's close enough to home. It's good to know. Benthal. They were almost wiped out by the Horde. And they have quite a bit of war exhaustion. Apparently, they've lost a bit on attacking the Zlapos here. They might actually get a bit out of this engagement if they're lucky. Well, they're about to get in a pretty big fight, an important fight to say the least. Let's watch this. It's not looking good for them, to be honest. 11 plus this is it's not their best decision. Do you have help? What just happened? Is it because the shields are down? I don't get this. But I hope they win the battle. I don't think they will. I feel bad for these outcasts. They're kicked out of where they came from. Apparently, they're doing okay in the battle, but it doesn't look like it to me. Oh, it's showing them as the red, huh? Welp. You just threw away your fleet, it looks like. I'm sorry. That was a terrible engagement for you to take. From what I can see. Oof. Now, these guys are not in a good position. The Knights of Night. Which is sad, because they were one of the nations that I brought up from nothing. Feel like you're about to lose some planets, dude. Am I on a white piece or something? Cool. I actually got through the orders basically that I gave them. Didn't I have more, like, fleet power not too long ago? I don't know what happened to that. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just had a little bit more. Let's do that. Just to give myself a little bit more stuff. In case I ever need it. Not that I think I will. Oh, it seems a little bit slow. I had to come down here and take out the Templars using this fleet. But who knows how quickly they're going to do that. Yeah. So I might just check out for a minute. Come back when I think things are probably developed a little bit. I'll just check on those fleets every once in a while, I think. How do we get this doll to disappear? There. No? There. There's barely nothing there. Blocking nothing. Oh, that's good. These are my friends. They'll bring stability to the Xenos. Oh, look at that. They found a fleet over here. That must be the one that almost was destroyed. And now they're, what, gonna go over here? Throw it away again? Good luck with that. I like how they went from 37 down to 22, just basically fighting their own station. It's all their fault. Nobody else's. At least as far as I'm aware. You know, I could go check on the other war. This war. The Kultakla. The Decadent Dynasty. I think the Decadent Dynasty is about to smash that other fleet. Yep. Sorry guys, this doesn't look good for this fleet. And unlike the other nation, they actually have a good leader. He's not the best, but he's okay. He'll get the job done. Now, a big difference between the nations right now are their leaders. I didn't really consider that until just now. But like, with them being on such an even level on tech and just like income in general, then yeah, those modifiers, they definitely make a pretty significant difference. If you can get good ones or bad ones. It all costs energy, right? So they can only cycle the stuff so many times before it's not efficient. Oh, look at this. This station has 21. Oof. So this might not go the way I thought it would, but they get to engage the station first and then the enemy. Okay. They seem to be winning the battle overall, but that might not continue given the fact that now they're just getting to this fleet over here. Wow. I thought they were definitely going to win this, but I failed to consider the fact that that station was in between them. Like the side of the station that the planet's on makes a giant difference. So yeah, they got in that system early enough, took out the station, and then the fleet just kind of like died on the station. I've seen that happen twice now. It's a common theme on these AI wars. Huh. Quite impressed, actually. Sorry, Saventi. Looks like you're not just gonna roll over these guys. The Valdi. The Shadow Cult. These new nations, they got a little bit of spunk to them. .24 here. Okay. else can I check? Really be pushing into this territory so they can end their war. They're gonna take their time with it though. The AI is pretty good at not losing fleets in war. If they can avoid it, they'll go around. At least it's better than me. I typically just go for it and lose a bunch of fleet power. If I think the risk is worth the reward, I'll do it. But sometimes there are things I'm not considering, and sometimes it's just, yeah, most of the time it's better to be cautious. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind when I'm doing the multiplayer thing this weekend. Sometimes it's better to be cautious. It's gonna be our, like, society's motto in Latin. We just say that over and over again, so that people know. We are not risk takers. Authoritarian, huh? This kind of stuff was inevitable. Are your friends the other ones that went authoritarian? No, they're spiritualist. Huh? Who knows? Sweet. Oh, so happy. You'd like to see all, please? We'll be all knowing and all seeing soon enough. Right, Morgath? Piracy risk is like... Where can I even spawn pirates? Right here and here and here? Like... Yeah. There's no way for really people to get in here. I could probably build some other things in this state. Little neck. I don't think the AI is going to be too bothered with that. These guys still haven't left their planet. They need to do something about this. It's sad. I might have to build these and then give it to them soon. Information quarantine, definitely gonna get that. Keep that open for a little bit. Doesn't seem like anything else is gonna happen, so let's go check the war score on this thing. It's pretty even. Interesting. Go with that. wonder which war will be over first. Probably the first one that started, right? Don't see why not. Where is that? If I make this non-energy production thing, then, and I make it so it makes boats. Then my energy is definitely going to be in an interesting place. Sorry if I'm getting a bit quiet, I just don't know what to say about the game. It's gonna a little bit stale. There's some wars I can definitely go check in on, but I feel like kind of boring just following those little fleets around. Then again, if you're watching this, maybe you're interested, so I'll go through and see what I can find. I mean, the thing is, if I had the ability, I actually follow these fleets. It'd be a lot more fun. But I don't have that, and it's going to take me a little bit of time to build up the special little thing that I got going on here. Oh well. That's right, I'm not settling anything because I got these mega structures I wanted to make. And it's good that I'm making them now. Could have made like the Sentry Ray a little bit earlier, but whatever. It's fine. Where's that percentage coming from? Oh, I thought there's a whole percentage that you got from this thing as well, but I guess not. I guess it's just a lot of research, technically. It gives you a bunch of stuff. I feel like I was making more research not too long ago. I'm not sure what happened. Just a ton of curators and stuff. Yeah, we're still talking to them. Okay. Is it time to check on people and see how they compare? Let's do it this way, so I'm at the top. You're the weakest. Even though they got 2 planets. Farmers Market's got 3. Getting in federations early really weakened these guys. The strongest ones are not at war. Oh, pacifism. Really? I know where this is, the Divine Shrine Protectors. I'm gonna have to go check that out very soon. These guys are no longer pathetic. It's because their capacity's getting better, huh? But you guys are pacifists now, huh? You're no longer not xenophobic, you're pacifists. That is cool. Get people to embrace your way. I like that a lot. Wonder how people feel about them. They seem to like them quite a bit. I'm shocked this nation is still, like, independent, not at war, anything like that. You got claims on them and everything. Where are the fleets? You're hiding them. Defenders aren't doing good, that's expected. The attackers are doing slightly worse than the defenders. I mean, it's a lot of territory up here that they gotta take, and that's pretty spread out empire. Interested to see how this goes. They ended up going all the way down here and around to get to this stuff. Habitat. Maybe I'll get rid of that. That little thing right here. Let the Lords of Iramen be bordered with these guys. How do you guys feel about each other? Okay, apparently. But this is not a very good system at all. It's got a little habitat in there, and then it's got a wormhole that goes to another thing that I hold. And I will continue to hold. That will be an important system for me. Whereas this, I don't care about. This can go. Goodbye. You could make Colossus here. Yeah, we're getting rid of this one. Goodbye, wormhole. You were useful for these guys when they were... Not these guys. Where are they? These guys. Back when they were, much more powerful, but now they've been replaced. I really hope these guys settle the right planets and make themselves nice and strong. We will see. We will see. get it, because we're gonna have a sentry ray. Let us see, like, anywhere, everywhere. Ha 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 ha. I'm so funny. So I can upgrade a couple stations. Let's upgrade this. Could upgrade that and then... Yeah, but I'm holding on to Cursa, I think. For now. It's a really nice system right there. I kind of wanted to give that to somebody else. Alright, Zaffa. Get your own starbase now. Kind of feel like holding on to this one. Could give it up, but there's not much point. The borders look better with it. I just wish I could move this ring world. It's an awkward place for a ring world. Maybe eventually I'll take back this world and then I won't need this. Thing is, all these planets are not going to be good places for me in the long term, because I don't think I can make ring worlds around anything with planets. So this is a decent system to hold on to. Just for now. $800 days, huh? We'll get there soon. Ish. Somewhat soon. So many terrible little Gaia worlds littered throughout my territory. We're not gonna settle them. Nope. They are not the Shroud. Not yet. No. My Unity. Not my Unity. Leave it alone. What did it ever do to you? Oh, 18,000 there, huh? You're claiming some of your territory that they took away from you. Looks like they knocked down this station. Oh look, 31k. Where did that come from? These guys will take them out. Yeah, I honestly don't know how that exactly happened. Lots of wars. They're at war. They're at war. Pretty even war too. 29k there. 26k. Yeah. Another war too. Ah, here we go. That's one I was expecting. All the wars, 4 wars. Just at the very end, we got 4 wars. 1, 2, 3, 4 wars. What did I learn? You gotta be cautious. You gotta build up your alliances at the right time. You can't waste influence on doing it too early. Oh, that's 5 wars. You're ruining the title of this episode. It's gonna be something like 4 wars or something like that. I wrote down what I wanted, so probably use that. These guys are done. The outcasts are just, they got too many people trying to kill them. At the end of this, there's gonna be nothing left. Yeah, that's why you make friends, not enemies. They were just surrounded by people who didn't like him. And now he's at war with all of them. At once. That's how you get eliminated in any kind of game like this. I wish I could keep recording here, but I'm on a slightly limited schedule here. I got 1 or 2 things I want to take care of before the multiplayer thing that I do later today, so yeah, pause it here and do my outro. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to check out some more of what I'm doing on the side, you can check out some of the links in the description below. Yeah, I'd like to promote my Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all those types of things. They're all kind of new to me, but I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to do it more and more, and I'll hopefully see you there.